All right. Hello, Coach Char. How's it going?
Hey, I am doing well. I am still pumped. I am
Listen,
still pumped.
come on. I love it. So listen, let me say hello. We are live on Instagram. We are also live on YouTube. I think I put YouTube and then also Facebook. So we want to get this broadcast out to people. So y'all please share this out. We just finished an informational concerning the Champion Influence Coach and Facilitator Certification Program. It was fun, fun, fun. We had our faculty, Coach Char-Michelle McDowell, and then Coach Nicole Vassar. So we are wanting to take some questions because I did not choose the question feature for the webinar. Oops. So I got to work on that. I need somebody to work that angle for me, Coach Shar, so that I can focus on what I need to focus on. But I want to get people in the room. I think we had a couple questions. So I want to make sure that we get those questions answered. So it is Friday, and I know that everybody is not out at the party and everybody's not at the church service. So come on in this room and let's talk a little bit about this coaching and any questions you may have. So I'm going to share this to a few groups that we have and just go from there. Char, let me see. I want to find. Let's tag. I'm gonna send this to some people.
And you said you are on Instagram and YouTube only or Facebook too?
Facebook too. Facebook,
Okay.
Instagram, YouTube. Yeah. Do you see it on Facebook? It should be on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Mhm.
I am gonna tag my page, share it to my page. But you all, we really wanted to come on and just answer any questions you may have. Maybe you weren't on the live tonight with our Zoom call. No worries, we're going to be pushing that out so you can hear all things Champion Influence program. But if you just have questions in general, maybe you've been thinking about coaching, what is not coaching,
Oh
um,
my goodness. I don't do that.
and
Not
all of the
tonight.
things.
Not
All
tonight.
of the things. We just wanted to come on just for a little bit. Um, so we know that you have probably had a long day as well us, but yeah, we wanted to go live and answer a few questions that we actually received from our session earlier today.
And I'm looking for the question. Um, I gotta go to another page to find the question. So
I got them.
you got them. Okay.
Hmm.
And listen, as y'all come in, say hello so we can properly say hello back to you. Okay, let's see. Okay. Shar, what was that first question that you got? Hey Jessica, thank you for joining. Hey Deidre, thank you for joining.
All right. So the first question is, what are some things you had to unlearn to become your best self or to become a coach for others? What are some things you had to unlearn to become your best self or to coach for others or to become a coach for others?
Yeah, so I'll start sharp, but I want you to answer this well. But what I literally had to do was to be quiet and allow the coach to give like descriptive responses to any questions that I may have asked. I had to learn in that space of being quiet. I also had to understand that just because I didn't answer the question or just because I didn't give them the answer, it didn't mean that um, the level of expertise that I carried with me was diminished. And that takes a very secure coach. It takes a very secure partner, somebody that's partnering to help a person facilitate progress, it takes a very secure person in order to do that. I had to understand that I don't have to be an answer for them, right? But my role is to help them to discover all of that good stuff that's on the inside of them and to do it in a non-judgmental way. So I think that that is the biggest thing that I had to work through, because I'm used to coaching in terms of like athletic coaching. And in athletic coaching, when I was an athlete, my coach told me what to do. When I became an athletic coach, I not only told my athletes what to do, but I also asked them, what did you do? Right? What did you feel in that throw? Did you feel your shoulder drop? Like, what did you do? What did you feel in the throw? And that made my athletes better athletes. So even for anybody who is in the sporting industry, we can be an answer for our athletes, but we also need to ask them questions so that when y'all at that big meet and you can't go down to the infield, they need to understand what they feel with their bodies. So that's my response, coach.
I love that. I would say, kind of in connection with what you've already said, is that I don't have to know everything, and
That's real good.
being comfortable with with knowing that I don't have to know everything. So to your point about, um, while you may have the expertise or not in a thing, it's all about asking powerful questions.
Hmm.
Because the great thing about it is I don't have to give you the advice, but
Right.
I believe that you have the solution on the inside of you to create. I just need to ask powerful questions,
Hmm.
thought provoking questions that will cause one to think more deeply beyond the surface than they would have before. Um, so that's one of the things that I would say, of just
Yeah.
um, being able to be comfortable with knowing that I don't have to know everything. I don't have to know the space or the lane, um, the theme in which you're speaking of, or the lane that you're in, but basically to get you to the ultimate goal in which a person wants to reach. I think also, to your point about the difference of an athletic coach, right? One
Hmm.
who gives information, tells you what to do, what you need to do next time, giving you the suggestions and the recommendations and the advice, right? So
Hmm.
unlearning that we're not talking about, the athletic coach, because that
Hmm.
is different. But when you join the Champion Influence coaching program, you would learn the difference between coaching, consulting, mentoring, discipling, etc. And
Yeah.
so, and counseling. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So
And
just being,
teaching as well.
yes.
Yeah.
So just being able to understand those differences, because I often share and also teach this, as well, is that while all of those things are very similar and they have a
Mhm.
common thread, they're distinctively different. So it's so
Absolutely.
key and important for us to know that.
Right. I want to go back to what you said, and I love what you just said. It's an approach that's developmental. They're all developmental approaches. They're approaches that take us to a place of growth and transformation, but they're distinctively different. I want to go back to what you said about you not having to be an expert in a specific area. And that's true. None of us coaches have to be an expert in a specific area. Is it good to know about an area? Yes, but we don't have to be specific experts. Why? Because the person has the answer on the inside of them.
Yeah.
They have a set of skills that's already embedded. They have a set of experiences that they've gone through. We can help them. We can partner with them to help them to facilitate that progress. And I would have to have an expertise in the area if I was somebody's mentor. because
Absolutely.
mentors have been there and done it.
Yeah.
Mentors, they people come to me for specific things,
Yeah.
and I know those things, and so I mentor and I coach along the way. Of course, I'm going to dig in and ask them some questions, some prophetic and powerful questions, so that you can begin to bring new perspectives, so that you can begin to bring what's, what's to what's on the inside of you to the forefront, so that you can then begin to respond to what's brought to your attention. But yes, Coach Shar, if I was a mentor, I need to know.
Yeah.
If I'm a consultant, I need to know, right? Because I'm in a position of telling an individual what to do.
Yeah.
So those they're very different approaches, and definitely necessary. And that's a pet peeve of mine. So I have a couple of videos I'm going to put out soon, but it's a pet peeve. I don't, because it bothers me when people say, I had a coaching meeting and I gave so and so a whole strategy and I told them what to do. Well, you weren't coaching.
You were
And
not.
we have to understand the differences between all of them. Nothing is wrong with being a consultant, a mentor, one that disciples, being somebody who's counseling or providing therapy. Nothing wrong with those spaces. But don't say you're coaching.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
because see, now I'm about to go somewhere. What happens in some corporate spaces, the manager says, I'm coaching the person. You're not coaching them. You're
Mm-mm.
providing counseling. And
Yeah.
then you're saying it's not working. Well, you weren't coaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't
Oh
even
my
give them
God.
time to talk. You listen, you didn't give the person you were talking to even time to talk. Your employee, you didn't even give them time to talk. You just told them what they did and what they should be doing, and that was the end of the discussion. That wasn't coaching, it was counseling. And in that specific space, it's ineffective. We definitely need to be coaches. Go ahead, Coach Shar.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I just threw my shoe at you.
I try not to get on that soapbox, but it bothers me so.
It bothers the both of us. So it's while you were talking, I just visualized like coaching is really stand alone, right? But
Mhm,
then when you
mhm.
started talking about the mentoring piece, the consulting piece, I just heard that word like partner. Like if I'm mentoring, I can bring in and partner with my coaching skill set
That's right.
to ask those questions as I'm really mentoring, right?
Mhm,
And so I love it. I think that's what I love about the program
mhm,
that has taught me, because even when we do, practice and we do our coaching
mhm.
role plays, it's something that you have to get used to, you all. If you're not, we are a people who have a lot of answers, right?
Oh
And
yes.
so we're used to giving answers. We're used to problem solving. Especially, if you are a parent, right? That's what you do. You're telling your kids what to do all the time.
Right.
Or if you're
Right.
a manager in a space or any leader in a space, we are used to being solutionists. And so
Mhm.
it's very easy to do. But when you learn what coaching is, that putting those things into practice, it takes time. And so the coaching brand, coaching champion influence brand, is very hands on and
Mhm.
very just patient, and we work through it and we do it in a fun way. But I'm telling you, you're gonna get it. You And when I say you're gonna get it, I'm saying like you're gonna understand just those differences, and the more
Yeah.
you practice it, begin to catch yourself.
Absolutely, because we don't want to, as coaches, if we are authentic coaches, we don't want to put our coachees and our coaching clients in a space where they quote unquote need us.
Mhm.
Okay. So, yes, we want to partner with you to help you to, get through and reach some of those short and long term goals. We want to help you to problem solve. We want to help you to communicate better or work through a concern or get that promotion. We want to partner with you to do that. but we don't want to handicap you. And I don't know if that word was okay to use. We don't want to put you in a space that causes a limitation for you, right? We want you to be able to say, all right, since I've gone through some coaching, and because I cannot reach my coach, I can't get to my coach, how am I going to coach myself? Not a shameless plug. Go get my book, The Handbook to Coach Yourself. Thecoachingseat.com is where you can find it in the store. But we want to position people that when there are misalignments and when there are concerns that they're having, that they can ask themselves a very meaningful question and come out of that space. I remember this year, at the beginning of the year, I was transitioned out of a God bless you, man of God. I was transitioned out of a position that was assisting my family, and I literally, Coach Char, had to quickly, not only did I pray because I am a woman of God, not only, and I believe in Jesus the Christ, but not only did I pray, but I also had to ask myself a very meaningful, powerful, and prophetic question. When, well, what opportunities, Toy, arise when life goes wrong, when plans fail, and when you're not a good fit? Like, I literally had to ask myself that and put myself in the coaching seat so that I could not spiral into an emotional um be an emotional wreck, not spiral, because it's easy to do that when your income goes down by 6 figures. You can easily spiral into a it could have went left. You understand me? It could have went left. But I had to sit down and I had to ask myself, well, Toy, now what opportunities does this bring to you? And so then I could sit down and work my own self through the model, the seats model. Settle the objective. Okay, the objective is that I need to come up with a plan of how to get to the next space. So then go to the E. Well, what are you experiencing? I'm hurt. I don't know what's going to happen. I trust that the God that I've been believing in, that God is going to answer. He's going to be there for me. He's going to soothe the pain. He's going to comfort me. Those are the things. He's going to provide direction. What else am I experiencing? Well, I'm going to share this with certain people. I can't bring this to the multitudes, can't bring it to the 300, can't bring it to the 72.
The 70.
Can't really bring it to the 12. I'm gonna just bring it to the 3, right? Because people will begin to make matters worse, even though they think that they're helping.
Because they
So
weren't in the room.
they weren't in the room. They weren't in the room with the vision. So I had to be very intentional. I need my charger. I had to be very intentional about who I was sharing things with. So what else am I experiencing? Well, I'm anxious now because I don't know how this is going to take place. Well, I'm disappointed because, man, I know I was doing the dang on thing. I was making it happen. Are you kidding me? Not coming in arrogancy, but
Absolutely.
very confident with the work that I produced. The results were there. So what is going on? You know? So I really had to really coach myself in that space. So that's the E. So then we go to the A. Okay, Toyinda, what's your action plan? Ascertain this strategy, Toy. What are the possibilities for you? Well, one possibility was you can get this coaching book done and you can get it done quick. You can now, you're not bound to a specific location now. So, speaking and training opportunities, you are available now to go out a little more. This gives you enough time to now focus 100% on the entrepreneurship world, because I've always had, most of the time I've had some other type of contracts, or maybe I've worked part-time as an entrepreneur. Also, as an entrepreneur, I've had some other income coming in. And as Coach Nicole said, no, we are streams now, 7 streams, yeah, even 8. We don't, because we don't know what'll happen. Right. So we have to look at more than one set of income, because listen, your supervisor can wake up one day on the wrong side of the bed and be like, you out. So we, we have to be aware of that. So I had to come up with some solutions, all while I was managing my emotions. This was a thing. So that's the E. The T, change your task. Okay, what are you gonna do out of that list that you created, Toyinda? What's the first order of business? What's gonna give you the highest return on the investment? Another part of my A, the ascertain the strategy, was to connect with the right business people in this new location that I was in. And thank goodness I connected with Queen City Women in Business. I mean, that whole community has been awesome and amazing. So put a message in the chat if you want to know more about the Queen City Women in Business. It's been amazing for me. So after the A, Coach Char, then I had to look at the T, 10-year test. What are you going to do first, second, third, fourth, fifth? Yeah. And then Toyinda, what could be a hindrance in there for you doing whatever you said you were going to do first, second, third, fourth, and fifth? Mm-hmm. And then the accountability, the S, securing accountability. So, my husband is a huge accountability for me. I have an apostolic mentor that's accountability. And then sometimes I give you a buzz from Char, like, okay, I need to do this. Right. So I was able to follow the model during my time of, I'm going to call it a whole life crisis. Yeah. Okay. Because what? So this is why coaching is important, and why we can't, that's not the right word, why we can't create limitations on our coachees or our coaching clients where they always need us. Yeah. To me, that's like a God complex. Like, I need to be somebody's God. I'm not your God. Yeah. But what we are going to do is equip you to be able to, if I'm not there, if you can't get to so-and-so, 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 who's always answering your questions for you, you're going to be able to go on the inside of yourself and ask yourself some questions. So good. Yeah. So good. So good. How do you stay encouraged to empower others when you're coaching, especially when life throws lemons? Yes. So I'm a business coach, right? I train coaches and facilitators, but my lane is business coaching. So I do coaching and consulting in that lane. When I am a coach to my CEOs and my business owners and those who are entrepreneurial in a corporate space, right? There's a way to be entrepreneurial in a corporate space. I work to, that question was about me keeping them encouraged, correct? No. How do you stay encouraged to empower other people when you're coaching? Okay, so when life throws you lemons. Right. We're always going to set up goals, Coach Char. So once we put a framework in place about what they said they wanted to reach, what they want, I'm always going to revisit that with them when those hindrances come up or those barriers. And that's why we always ask as coaches, like, what could come up? What could get in the way of you getting to A, B, C, and D? And now that you've identified that, what I'm going to say antidote or what intervention can we put in place for you to get there? And then we're always going to allow them to remind themselves out loud, out of their mouth. They're going to hear themselves say, when I reach this goal, this is what's going to happen. Because that's going to be another question. What will you be able to do once you reach this goal? And once we keep that in front of them over and over again, regardless of what's happening, that does help them to pull it back together and let's get back on what we're supposed to be focusing on. A lot of times I have to remind coaches, I'm serious. I have to remind, I'm talking about CEOs, y'all. You okay? I'm talking about CEOs. I have to remind CEOs of what they said they wanted to do, but then also that other people are depending on them. When you stay committed to your commitment, other people will be unlocked. They will be elevated. Your organization will be able to move to that next space that you talked about. I have to remind them of that this is really not about you. Yes, you're in here for business coaching, and I'm going to give you some consulting and coaching. So as a business coach and consultant, I consult on a business level, but I then coach the person and not the problem.
So good. So good.
I hope that answered it.
So good. No,
What
it
about
did.
you?
I was laughing because I thought you were going somewhere because I was over here convicted.
Oh, you know, but what was you convicted about, Coach Shar? Go ahead and share with the people, Coach Shar. Mm-hmm.
No, just
Now share with the people.
just what you said about what will X, Y, and Z allow you to do, right? And so you were mentioning just helping the CEOs stay focused on that so that end goal can be done. And so um it's just true. It's just true because I was thinking the same. I was just thinking the same thing is that while we don't, in our coaching program, we don't ask questions that start with why. However, when I was, getting ready to say is in order to keep pushing past the hindrances and jumping over the hurdles of lemons and what life brings, because we got to understand life is going to always life, period. It's like change is inevitable, right? And so if I keep the main thing, but also understanding like, why did I start? Like, what caused me to even start? Right? What caused me to even start? Going back to my purpose, going back to my why, so that I can get back on track and so that I can stay encouraged and empowered for myself, but also more importantly for my coachees. And a lot of times you may be going through, but your coachee needs you right now, right? Who is making an investment in you. So allowing that also to be, not the sole motivation, but motivation that you are hired to do a job. You are hired to help someone else reach their goals. And so that's important. Apostle Tracy, Coach Tracy, good to see you tonight.
Hey, my sister. Hey. Okay, so
she said staying focused. She said staying focused can be challenging sometimes, and having someone to keep you accountable to the goal is so needed. This is so good. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Coach Soy is definitely that person for me as well. it goes back and forth, guys.
Right. It is a back and forth thing. I'll be like, Coach Shaw gonna have to help me with this. But it is our attention. It's easy for us to get distracted. I remember doing a live on Distract the Distractor. Like, Coach Char, we're even more distracted because of the everything that's being presented to us in terms of our attention. And if we are bi or trivocational, we got 3 4 things. Like I have my for-profit, I have my nonprofit, I have my ministry, I have a family, I have me, Toyinda, personally. So it's a lot. It is a lot. And if we don't have the right person around us to cheer for us and challenge us, it could be very difficult to reach those goals. And we work to train our coaches and facilitators. Hey, Brian, and hey, JM, we work to train our coaches to be able to be focused in the meetings. So, what's important is that we're present people. And when we're present people in our meetings, we then are modeling to our coachees that you've also got to be present for the task that you're doing. So that's why it's important to continue to bring back out to them. Now, you told me that if you meet this goal, this is what will happen. Like, what is in the way? What are you going to have to give up in order to go up to that next level? Maxwell, give up to go up, the law of sacrifice. What are you going to have to sacrifice to get to where you're trying to go? Or what do you have to put in place? So for me, it's putting faculty like you all in place so that I can do those other things that have to be done to scale and grow the business. It's me, as I told you when I was going through my lemon time. I'm still going through the lemon time, but it's me, making sure my emotions are regulated. And that takes both spirit and natural, right? But it's me making sure my emotions are not are regulated so that I can think clearly. Because what happens when there's a lot of cloudiness, a lot of fear, and a lot of Google going on in your mind, the prefrontal cortex is right at the top part of our brain, but that is right behind the forehead. But that's the part of the brain that allows us to be creative. It allows us to be able to think clearly. It allows us to be able to make better decisions. And so my attention, it has to be focused on the right things. So we have to put the right action to the right things. So what's going to give us the biggest return on our investment? I remember again being mentored by John Maxwell and the faculty, and we had to really ask ourselves, well, what needs to be done now? We no, Toyinda, I understand you have these things. I'm running this. I got this. But what needs to be done now? And then listen to this. What needs to be done by you? Because this means that you have to get in a place where you don't have to be a person that's got to control everything. It's I'm going to not only delegate a task, but I'm going to delegate authority to you. I am giving you this project and I am trusting that you're going to get it done. Why? Because as a CEO, I have some other things that I got to get done, and I just got to trust you. I have to trust that I trained you well.
Can you repeat that part that you what?
I got to trust that I trained you well, right? So when I give the project, when I delegate the authority of the project to you, I have to trust that I trained you well. Whenever there was issues inside of the house, whatever house, I'm saying the legacy of women, Toyinda Lachey Ministries, the coaching seed in my house, I go back and I say, even when I was coaching track and field, did I, let me make sure, I got to come back and check Toy now. Did I teach you right? Did I train you right? Did I put all these things in place for you? And then did I give you an opportunity to practice?
Uh-oh.
Oh, see, Char,
Uh-oh.
you make Char. You got to the people. They going I'm about to get all these. They're gonna just unfollow me, right? Because no, did you give the person an opportunity to practice what you taught them?
Practice and ask questions.
I'm sorry, never mind, never mind. So
Mhm.
we just we have to be we have to pay attention to what we're doing. We have to look at the what's going to give us the biggest return on our investment. We also need accountability in there.
Yeah.
Look, I took Coach Tracy's class, y'all. That's my sister in love. But I took Coach Tracy's class. She has a homiletics class. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I didn't
Hmm.
go to theology school like other people, and it is well. But I took her class, and it was good. She always reminded us that practice makes better. So I love that about Coach Tracy. And Coach Tracy, if you have some other courses coming up, just drop that in the chat as well. And listen, y'all, can y'all tell my sister congratulations? She earned her doctoral degree um, last month. Last month, she earned her doctoral degree. So just drop in the chat. Congratulations, Coach Tracy. She is Dr. Tracy Carter Russell. So,
Excuse me.
congratulations.
Congratulations, Coach Dr. Tracy.
Come on
My
now.
my apologies.
Yes,
That is
I
so
love it.
awesome. So awesome.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So listen, we have some heavy hitters in our coaching certification
We
program.
do.
I'm like, we literally have the cream of the crop that's in the program. And let me tell you, they came in as the cream of the crop. We just added a little more. We gave structure, we gave language, we gave push. We just added a little more. So I'm so grateful and thankful to the coaches that are in the program.
And I
Any
think what helped.
questions for us, you all? Any coaching questions? Any questions about the certification program? We have a certification program that's going to be in October. It's a 4-week online program. And when I first developed that, I really didn't want to develop it because I was thinking, man, I'm a high touch person and I like in person things. And I kept saying, Coach Shar, I think it's going to be watered down. And then, I had to be reminded, now, wait a minute. Did you not get most of your master's degree online?
Mm.
Was that watered down? Are you not equipped to work with the students and the faculty that you're working with at the university? So I had to change my mindset, change my thinking in that space. And what else helped to change that, Coach Shar, is the fact that we experienced COVID.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's a shout out or reminder to those who are in the entrepreneurial space. Hey, Pastor Burks, in the entrepreneurial space, like, you will need something that individuals can go to online. So, prepare for that. Start to write in books as well, because we might not have access to these types of platforms. So start writing things out, documenting, writing, get them in a hard copy book, because again, we might not be able to access ebooks. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing out there, but we still want to be prepared for what we need. So let me look here. Dr. Tracy said, I tell the ministers at our church it is important to exercise your gift. And if I don't give you the platform, that makes me a bad leader. Oh,
Wow.
listen, Apostle, that is
Huge.
huge. That is huge, 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 huge. And I really feel like that's a class that may need to be implemented, or some type of talk for the leaders. That's a big deal. But it takes a secure leader, Dr. Tracy. It takes a secure leader to be able to do that, to give their ministers an opportunity to practice. And, Coach Shar told me maybe we should use the word not practice, but development is development, right? And so that's what that is. And I'm all about that. I am totally all about that. So if I teach you something, I want you to go do it. And sometimes my mentees be like, no, no. And I'm like, we got to do this. We got to
Yeah.
champions do the work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I add to
Coach,
that, Toy?
yes, please.
Yeah, I think, well, I not I think, but I know what helps with that, and by me being on both sides, right, in leadership as well as always a student in the seat. But what helps with that, especially when individuals are not, I'll just say secure yet in
Mhm.
coaching, or like
Yeah.
we were when we first came into the program, or in ministry. Maybe you have a prophetic gift and you're learning how to exercise that. I believe what helps with that is creating safe spaces to mess
Oh,
up,
coach. Yes,
right?
coach.
Um,
Yes.
one of our other coaches, Apostle or Coach Zolisha, is
Hmm.
so good at that. You, Toy, are so good at that while you're pushing us. Because I remember those times. I'm like, oh, we got to speak in front of everybody now. We got 3 to 5 minutes to create the speech. Just I'm like, I need a whole day to think about this. But you pushed us, you encouraged us, even with us having certifications, and you're looking at your mentees like, okay, what's next now? What are you doing
Yep.
now? I don't see you, on social medias. Like, what is your next plan? And
Hmm.
so Coach Toy doesn't allow us to sit. Um, she pushes and pushes gently. She's not gonna, bug you, because at the end of the day, she got stuff. She's busy. How
Baby, I'm busy. Yeah.
booked and busy. But I
Okay.
just wanted to share that, because I know a lot of us are, ministerial, but being able to create
Hmm.
safe spaces. I remember coming into spaces where everybody is looking mean on your first trial sermon.
My
It's
goodness.
almost like a initiation. It
I ain't
feels,
gonna talk about none of that. Yeah.
it feels, and it's like, why do we have to be that way? Is it
Mm-hmm.
because it just was passed on generation? So anyway, create safe spaces is my point.
Yeah.
Create safe spaces for people to mess up at home. I love one of my old pastors will always say, if you're gonna mess up at home. It's
That
okay,
part. Yeah.
right? Like, it's okay. We can correct it later. But it helps. It helps
Yeah.
leaders. It helps.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. Because how are we really going to learn how to put knowledge in action? If y'all could put that in the chat, it's knowledge in action. So I am a practitioner. I will take what the theologians have said, what they've researched, what they know. I'll take what the PhDs research said no, and I turn that into a practice, because when we are practical, it gets practiced. Period.
Ooh,
It needs to
Jesus.
go on a shirt now. Seriously.
That's
Like,
so
when we're
good.
very practical, it's going to be easier for me to practice it. And that's important. Coach, I was going to say coach, Pastor Philip Burke out of Indiana, he said, it's so true. We must give the ministers a platform. Absolutely, Pastor. That's my mom's pastor. Absolutely.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Yes,
very nice.
absolutely. All right. So, Apostle, Coach, Sister Tracy, she says, this course has been a blessing to my life. I'm consistently gaining clients. Yes, that's what we want to hear. I'm going to have to bring you on and interview you,
Yeah.
Coach Dr. Tracy. I'm going to have to bring you on to interview you for sure. Um, yeah. So, any other questions? As I'm ready to go chill out. Any other questions? Oh, yay! Good, 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 good. Okay, I'm gonna get with you and get your schedule. Any other questions? Well, listen, Coach Sharp, thank you so much for joining tonight and really initiating this part, this after set here, initiating the after set. We do have, if you all can go to my page, we did a live on the coach and facilitator certification program. So we did an informational. So it gives you all of the details about our program. I'm just being open in this season, right? Before it was just like, should I say? And I'm like, yeah, you should say. Let's just say, okay? Because it is what it is. And that's where we're at right now. But we want to invite those who are ready to really structure and take what you're already doing to another place, right? You're already helping your people, but we want to give you another approach to use, especially in ministry. Coaching is a strong approach that we should use in ministry because our the Lord was the ultimate coach. All right. You can go over to Genesis 3:9. He asked Adam, where are you? Come on, that was because there was an intervention that had to happen. Coaching is an intervention method, but it's also an equipping method as well. It gives individuals the ability to be able to respond to what's being brought to their attention. So it's important. Coaching is important. Okay, so he says women. Okay, so Pastor Burke said women in ministry, the Lord is raising up and going forth. Men pastors need to embrace women in ministry. The next wave of glory is going to happen through women. Thus it. Oh, listen, we bless the Lord, Pastor Burke. I'm gonna have to bring you on my prophetic intercession. I'm going to reach out to you. I don't know if you have a an administrator that takes care of your books, but we are on live the third Sundays of every month, and we just hear the heart and the mind for the people of God. But yeah, I received that. I received that. Amen. Amen. The next wave of glory is going to happen through women. Thus said, Lord, my Lord, today. Well, listen, I receive it, and I want to be sober. I need to be sober and be a part of that move. Many men will not stand bold to proclaim this. Oh, wow. Come on, Apostle. See, listen, we didn't already shifted on this broadcast. We listen, we didn't take a strong pivot now. What
The
what
link
else?
is coming to you tonight, woman of God. No, I'm just playing.
Absolutely. I love it. I value it. I appreciate it. I'm starting to embrace the fact that, you know, at the end of the day, Toyinda, I'm a kingdom citizen first. I am a minister of the Lord first, and I could not even do business without the Lord. So I'm good. I am super good there. Okay, let me see. I'm going to invite everybody. Today's Friday, so on Thursdays, you all, oh no, I can't do it because I don't have a slide. On Thursdays, we have we pray at 6 a.m. for businesses. It's called the Mountain of Business, and it's in Clubhouse. It's at the Coaching Seed. So you all can join us for that. Again, we have a coach certification program coming up the whole month of October. It is online. We also have a faith-based coach certification that's coming on board. This will be our first cohort. I want 10 people. We have 8 slots left. So I'm excited about it. So if you want to apply faith-based coaching techniques to what you're doing in ministry, definitely check out my ministry website, which is toyindalashaeministries.com. I should put that in the chat. Toyinda Lachey Ministries. HEA. Yep. Coach Char, anything else you want to say?
No, thank you so much for having me on tonight. It has been fun. It's always fun. It's always an honor to be in your presence and being able to glean from you, but also work alongside of you. I have truly just grown, and I'm continuing to grow, but it's an honor. It's an honor, and I'm just so grateful to God for 2017 of us meeting back in 2017
At a church conference.
At a church conference. It's a beautiful mentor mentee story that I love to share and tell, because it's just amazing of how we met and just what God has caused us to do together. So it's been amazing.
Yay. Well, I'm grateful. I really am thankful and grateful. I am glad I made a real commitment to serve the Lord. Um, we have, we have, so in my family, definitely on my mother's side is very prophetic people. But so granddad, my mother's dad, but we did not answer the call, if I can say it like that. But we, you know, my sisters and I, we're answering the call, and it's not easy to do. It comes with a whole process, right? If you're speaking on behalf of the Lord, if you are training and teaching people to have economic empowerment, it comes with a process. So when you are a person who has been chosen and picked to change the world, it comes with a process. So I'm in general I'm happy that I answered the call, because many of my family members did not. I could be doing the same things, my family members had decided to do in their time frame, when they were being urged and nudged, and they could hear things. They could hear clearly, and accuracy, and things were happening, and things, I could have went another way. I could be making a lot of money right now. If I would use what God gave me, if I would pervert what God gave me, if I can
Yeah.
say it like that. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
He didn't give me this. He didn't I wasn't born for the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm on a fine line. I wasn't born for divination.
Yeah.
I was born for dunamis,
Woo.
exousia, energeia, karatos, ishkas. I was born for that kind of power. I wasn't born to go on the other end.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying that to say, I bless the Lord that I wasn't afraid to go forth in what he has decided for my life. And it's not easy. Leading a coaching certification program that has a ticket on it. The program isn't free. It has a ticket on it, and being willing to lead that is not easy. Being in ministry is not easy. Being in, it's cute. It looks real cute on the outside, because I give y'all all my reels, my highlight reels. But it's the other stuff that one must go through in order to do the thing that they're called to do.
Yeah.
So I'm simply saying I'm grateful and thankful that I said yes. It comes with a cost,
Absolutely.
but I said yes. So I'm thankful, and I do like it. Yes, I do like it. But cost. It's a whole cost to this. Char, you already know. I ain't gonna share too much, y'all.
His grace is sufficient.
His grace is
and
sufficient.
It's keeping us daily.
Listen, all of this comes with a cost, but we bless the Lord.
But it far outweighs. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what we have to constantly remind ourselves. I used to think that just because you have the revelation of a thing, that um, it wouldn't hurt as much, or you wouldn't feel the pain of a thing.
Ooh.
And so the Lord had to help me understand that it doesn't mean that, right? Like, it still hurts.
Mhm.
It's still
Mhm.
painful,
Yeah.
but it's the revelation, yes, Lord, that sustains us, that
Yes.
gives us the strength that we need to keep staying. What's your phrase? Staying in the press,
Staying in the press
right? And
is a
so,
function of pressure. Period.
absolutely. And so when we have that, even something that I went through, recently, and I was watching someone online on Daystar. They were giving a testimony, and I hadn't seen this person in so long, and she made the statement of hope hurts.
Yeah.
She said, hope hurts. And I was like, that just hit my spirit. And I was like, wow. And I just thought about that for a second because of what I had just experienced. And I was like, that was that, Lord. Like, hope hurts. Like, I wanted that. I desired that. But you had a different plan, right? And so while hope may hurt, because we understand the word of God says hope deferred makes the heart sick.
But
Come on. It's not a period. We're not going
hey,
there tonight, Toyinda.
see, that's what I'm saying. These
We're
ministers.
not going there tonight. But it's not a period there. And so, but we can't say just because hope hurts, I'm never going to hope. No, because I can't have faith without the hope, right? We hope for the thing that we don't have, or we don't. It's a partnership. And so while it may hurt, I understand that, God, your sovereignty, your plans for my life, they are so much bigger, so much higher than what I can even think, ask, or even imagine, right? They're different. And so because of your track record,
My Lord. See, we already there now.
because of God's track record, because of God's faithfulness for however long we've known the Lord, 47 years, 50 years, whatever it is, because of your track record, I trust you.
Period.
I trust you. Why do you trust your husband? Why do you trust your wife? Why do you trust Char, your mentee? Why do you trust Coach Nicole? Why do you trust? Because of a track record, because of a relationship, because I've seen you practice, because I've seen the fruit of, right? We're not perfect because we're not deity. Doesn't mean I won't ever hurt you. It's not intentional. But that's when we just come. We're human. So we got to come. We got to talk about it. We got to resolve it. We got to decide to move forward. We got to decide to forgive. We got to decide to heal.
My
And move
Lord.
forward and continue with what? Our why. Why did we even start? Oh my God. Why did I even say I do? Why did I even come into covenant relationship with you? Right? I gotta go back to the why, because life will always throw lemons. Life will always keep lifing. My God, today. It's gonna
Yes,
always do
Lord.
it. It's inevitable. Conflict is inevitable. I was talking to somebody the other day and I said, man, it's not as hard as we make it. And what I love about the coaching program, one of the things that you said is that we have to be present. We have to be present. I have to be present in my coaching sessions. I have to be present in my mentoring sessions. I have to be present in my marriage, in my future marriage. I'm the single one, Toy Mary.
Come on, Lord.
I'm the single one, right? But I have to be present. And so it's so much going on.
It is.
But we pay attention to the things that we want to pay attention to.
We need traction. When there's distractions, we need traction to what we're supposed to be doing.
That's good.
Regardless, my apostolic mentor says, Toy, you cannot absorb what you're observing.
Ooh.
If you believe in an unseen God, and as Coach Char said, there is a track record, you got to stay in this press. You got to persist like the certain woman. Now, she had an issue, Coach Char, but she was sure, certain meaning sure, that her situation was going to change. She was certain.
My God. Surely.
So this has been a very hard season for Toyinda. Toyinda is used to hard seasons, but we pop in, we got it back on track. No, baby. This is something new, Toy. You have not gone this way before, and I need you to follow these instructions, and I need you to trust me even the more. And so I literally have had to stay on my face and also coach myself at the same time.
Yeah.
I've literally had to, one day I'm like, yes. The next day I'm like, oh no, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, because I keep seeing stuff in my eyesight, but I'm dealing with an unseen entity.
My God.
And that's that thing what Coach Apostle Dr. Zolisha said. No, you got to swing from heaven and earth. You got to know how to go up in that second heaven and grab your stuff down.
Yeah.
See, this whole broadcast then shifted already, and it's okay. But I woke up 2 days ago, and the Lord, when I woke up, he said, Toyinda, there still has to be a hallelujah in the hard place. He also reminded me, Toy, I know you keep complaining like, God, why are we here? Why is this happening? What about my kids? What about my kids? He reminded me, do you not remember that the children of Israel, the parents, the adults was whining about their children? And guess what happened to them, Toy? They died off, but the kids made it in. So he says, no, you got to watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't shifted this completely. So the Lord still requires a hallelujah in the hard place. And then he furthered that with me on today and said, Toyinda, there still needs to be hope when the hellfire is turned up.
Wow. Yeah.
So we have to put ourselves in a place where we can sit and ask ourselves these prophetic and very meaningful questions, these very powerful questions.
Yeah.
What has been the track record of your Lord and Savior, the one you said you trust? You said you were a follower of the way. You said you were a believer in the unseen God. Mm-hmm. You said that. So what has been his track record?
Yeah.
What faith scriptures do you stand on, and what does it mean to stand?
Yeah. I love that. Not just what have you been standing on, but now I want you to define what does it mean to stand. And what does it mean to stand from his perspective?
Come on.
Right?
With your whole armor on. Come on.
Because the whole scripture that talks about, oh, be still. He said, be still and know that I am God. So I'm just being still. That don't mean do nothing.
Come on.
Right? So understanding what do you mean, Lord, when you say stand? What do you mean when you say be still? What do you mean? Yeah.
So
yeah. You hit something my spiritual father said to me on yesterday. He's like, you haven't been this way before. Mm-hmm. So when you said that kind of, I'm like, that shook me. Mm-hmm. You haven't been this way before. And he said, you have to be quiet and listen. follow. And
Mm-hmm.
so there's a trusting in the Lord aspect,
Yeah.
you know, in that space.
Yeah, and it could be, what's interesting is many of my platforms, really all of them, the Coaching Seat, Legacy of Women, and Toyinda Lachey Ministries, is really all about stability and sustainability. And there is a process that Toyinda has to go through to be able to know that you can still be stable in an unstable environment.
And that's what makes us different.
Absolutely.
Right? I love that. That's what
So,
makes us different,
yeah,
because
so we have to understand. Go ahead.
that's what causes the world to say, how are you being stable right now?
Yeah.
Because of what? Because of the chaos, because of the instability of what they
Yeah.
see. But your mind is stable, your heart is fixed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's postured in the right space to help you even
Mhm.
remain stable. And so when you were even talking about hope, like I think you said something, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. You said, how do I hope when something is happening or when chaos
You,
is happening?
you right. You still have to hope when the hellfire is turned up.
When how do you still have to hope when the hellfire is turned up? And when you said that, I just saw like almost like it was, the question came up, and not necessarily with you, but just even those that will watch, it was just like a rush of like, how do I even hope when hell is out? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I muster up? That's what it was. It's like, how
Yeah,
do I
yeah,
even
yeah.
muster up the hope that I need to sustain
Not by
in
might,
order to receive? Come on.
not by power, but by the Spirit.
But that's good. It's by his spirit.
Because I don't know. I share with my family today, the Smith side of the family, not the Carter side, but just it probably seems like I'm not really going through, but I am. And let me try to explain these things, because I'm wearing it well,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the Lord is talking.
Mm-hmm.
I still got to give him a hallelujah, got to give him that highest praise,
Mm-hmm.
even in the hard places.
Mm-hmm.
And even I have to keep and remain in expectation. That hope has to be there. The expectation of the Lord, it has to be there, even when the hellfire is turned up. Hebrew boys, So, all right, Coach Char.
Having an optimistic perspective
Uh-huh.
and expectation.
Expectation, yeah, yeah. And
Did
it's
you hear
not.
that? Did you hear that? Did you see that?
You said see it. Somebody put something in there.
Listen.
Oh, you
Having
optimistic.
optimistic.
Wait, do it again, Char. Having what? I love this. This is what my
Having
husband is doing.
having a
He
we
does.
that's why we connect.
This is what
Having
I'm
an
saying.
optimistic perspective and expectation.
Girl, that's good. Having optimistic, P, perspective and expectation. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna have to
Perspectives. Yeah, put an S on that.
perspective. You said
Perspectives
this.
and
Okay.
expectations.
Yeah, I'm
Having
gonna have to work with that,
optimistic
Coach Sharp,
perspective and
because
expectations.
I see SPEC in the middle of perspective. Of course, that's about vision.
Mhm.
Mm.
That just dropped when you were talking.
Yes, I wrote it down. I'm gonna work with that, Coach Shaw. I'm gonna work with that.
No worries.
I'm gonna give you credit,
Listen,
Coach Shaw. Let me just, but I'm gonna build it out. I'm gonna build it out, but I'm gonna work with that one. That's real good. I'm telling you, it's real good.
listen.
So, mm, all right, y'all. So we bless the Lord and we thank Him for this time. I mean, He just takes over. I just want to be all
This
corporate,
what
like He
this
just
this what happened when fire get with fire.
listen. Listen, that part, that part. Well,
All
y'all
right.
check out. I put your website in lead with Char, right?
Yep.
Leadwithchar.com.
LeaveWithShar.com. Thank you so
Uh,
much.
okay, and then go to the coaching seat for coaching information for the professional coaching. Go to Toyinda Lachey Ministries for the faith-based coach. Faith-based coaching is happening in November. Professional coaching is happening in October. These are all online courses. We have 8 spots left for the faith-based certification. All right, Coach Shar.
All right.
I'm
It's been
signing out. I
great.
appreciate you.
Appreciate you as well. Everybody have a great night.
Y'all have a good night. We will see y'all soon. I'm gonna put my little video on.
It's time. If you wanna be a champion, you gotta do the work. If you wanna be a world dominator, you gotta know your worth. Unleash potential and leave a legacy. Whatever you want, whatever you need, you can find within the coaching seat. If you wanna be a champion, you gotta do the work. If you wanna be a world dominator, you gotta know your worth. Unleash potential and leave a legacy. Whatever you want, whatever you need, you can find within the coaching seat.
All right, y'all. Follow us on Facebook. Mine is at the coaching seat. Coach Shar, what is yours? Oh, unmute.
Sorry, you can find me on Facebook at Char-Michelle McDowell. I am also on Instagram at C Michelle Consults and leadwithchar.com.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. We'll see y'all later. Thank you, Coach Shar. Appreciate